dawn on June 13th, Neva team was busy. And Iranian officials were asleep. In a very deep sleep. And suddenly the world got shocked.
These are unprecedented strikes on Iranian targets.
خواهیم داشت در ارتباط با موضوع هسته‌ای و پس از
For many enthusiasts of politics and modern warfare, thousands of questions remain unanswered about the last direct confrontation between Iran and Israel in June 2025. In this unprecedented conflict, Israel managed to launch a full-force and surprising attack deep into Iranian territory. But the main question is, how was Iran's air defense system completely neutralized in the first hours of this attack? And how did it then manage to get back into the game? Some say Iran's defense was hacked, some believe the systems were disabled by Israeli infiltration, and others think they were simply incapable of operating against the Israeli attacks. But whatever the reason, the result was the same. For at least the first 12 to 24 hours of the attack, Israel succeeded in putting immense pressure on Iran and gradually gaining full control of the country's airspace. Hello everyone. This is the Politics Plus YouTube channel, and we want to take a completely impartial look at one of the biggest mysteries of the recent Iran-Israel war. We want to understand how the Israelis, with the help of the Americans, and using which technology, were able to completely cripple and neutralize Iran's air defense system. This technology is none other than SUTER. SUTER is an advanced electronic warfare technology developed by BAE Systems for the U.S. Navy. But SUTER goes beyond a simple jammer. While a jammer only disrupts enemy radar signals so they can't see a target, SUTER can do something much more complex: infiltrate and manipulate. To understand this, you first need to know that modern radars, including those of the S-300 and Bavar-373 systems, use techniques like frequency hopping to prevent jamming. This technique is similar to a radio transmitter, constantly changing its channel so that the enemy can't disrupt it on a single fixed frequency. SUTER technology can infiltrate this system and act like a digital spy. It can instantly scan millions of frequencies per second to discover the frequency hopping algorithms and encryption of enemy radars. Then, SUTER enters its main phase: data manipulation. Instead of blinding the radar, it injects false information. Radar operators are led to believe that no enemy aircraft are approaching, systems are in normal status, or even enemy targets are moving away. In its most advanced state, SUTER can infiltrate the enemy's command and control system and, like a puppet master, issue commands to completely shut down defensive systems. This technology is installed on various platforms, the most important of which is the EA-18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft. Now, the big question is, how could this technology have been used against Iran in the recent war? The plausible scenario that many military analysts suggest is as follows. Deployment of support platforms. In the initial hours of the attack, American and Israeli electronic warfare aircraft, like the EA-18G Growler, or stealth fighters with advanced electronic warfare capabilities like the F-35I, enter the flight zone. These aircraft can monitor Iran's radar activities from a safe distance from its borders. Smart identification and infiltration. The electronic systems of these aircraft, using SUTER technology, begin to analyze the radar waves of Iran's air defense system, especially advanced systems like the Russian S-300 and the Iranian Bavar-373. SUTER discovers their internal communication and encryption protocols and infiltrates them, creating a digital fog. Instead of using simple jamming methods that would alert operators, SUTER begins to inject false data into the systems. This prevents Iran's air defense radars from seeing the enemy or causes them to receive misleading information. This situation acts like a digital fog that completely blinds the operators, paralyzing command and control. This smart infiltration can also spread to the command and control network of Iran's air defense. In this state, commanders and operators are unable to communicate with each other, and their systems tell them that everything is safe, while in reality, a massive attack is underway. This scenario explains well why Iran's air defense systems were completely neutralized in the first hours of the attack. But after a few hours, the operators likely realized the disruption and were able to get the systems back online by manually operating them or using backup communication channels. Of course, this is only a hypothesis, and there is no official confirmation of it. To remain impartial, we must examine the reasons for and against this hypothesis. Reasons for accepting the hypothesis. Proven capabilities. The United States has the most advanced electronic warfare capabilities in the world. The history of using these technologies in previous wars, including the first Persian Gulf War to blind Iraq's air defenses, strengthens this hypothesis. Existing platforms. The presence of advanced fighters, like the F-35I in Israel's fleet and the country's close military cooperation with the US, make the use of such a tool entirely plausible. Consistency with the event. This hypothesis perfectly explains the mystery of Iran's air defense being suddenly neutralized and then brought back online, which is not consistent with a simple physical or cyber attack. Post-war evidence. Even for weeks after the end of the 12-day war, the Iranian government kept its airspace and all airports closed, especially for all-night flights, fearing a repeat of the fake data and similar events. Reasons for rejecting the hypothesis or other possible reasons. Operational complexity. Executing such an operation against a complex system like the S-300 is extremely difficult and requires very precise information about its software structure and communication protocols. It is possible this information was not fully available, although it cannot be said with certainty whether Iran was even able to use this system once during the 12-day war. Simpler infiltration. It is possible that Iran's air defense was neutralized for simpler reasons, such as a lack of full readiness or simply due to targeted cyber attacks on communication infrastructures. In this case, reactivation was possible with the restoration of communication systems. Lack of evidence. There is no public, confirmed evidence of the use of SUTER technology in this conflict, All available information is based on military analysis and speculation. SUTER technology is a real and incredibly complex weapon that can completely change the equation in a modern conflict. Although there is no official confirmation, the hypothesis of its use in the recent war is a plausible and powerful explanation for one of the biggest mysteries of this conflict. Iran gradually managed to get back into the game by relying on its missile and drone capabilities and largely regained the initiative. It succeeded in devastating many military and strategic targets deep inside Israeli territory, including Nevatim Air Base, and pushed Israeli defense systems like the Iron Dome to the brink of collapse. Modern warfare is a war of technologies, and SUTER technology shows us the future of electronic warfare, a future where victory does not depend only on the power of missiles and aircraft, but on the ability to dominate the invisible battlefield of radar waves and data. In your opinion, which hypothesis is closer to reality? Did SUTER play a key role in paralyzing Iran's air defense, or were there other reasons behind this event? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you are interested in these types of videos, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to all so you don't miss our next videos. Also, support us by liking this video, hoping for a world without war and full of peace.